How you guys doing? Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, 11/23. Again, happy Thanksgiving season to everyone. Cheers. Hold on. Delicious. It tastes like hope in my first endorsement. Coke, hit me up. If you are new here, welcome. Today's like episode 180 something of our Swingcast. I am glad you're here. If you are new here, welcome. What I'd suggest off the bat, if you are new, watch the whole episode. Yes, skip through. If you hate a setup, you hate falling wedges, or you hate consolidation plays or newer IPOs, skip it. It's in the chapter notes. Go find the new one. Look at the timeline down below. You can go ahead and skip the plays that you don't like. That's totally fine with me. No big deal. But watch the whole thing. Make sure you like what we do here. I would appreciate that benefit of the doubt. What we like to do here is talk about technical analysis. Now again, technical analysis is what I'm best at. It's what I lean on. It's what I'm actually really good at. But a successful trading structure that does not change, aka your trading rules, as my cat's on the way today, is going to start off with risk management. You have technical analysis, fundamental analysis, mental analysis. You have a whole entire goal setting plan. You have an actual written trading plan. You actually have the macro markets, structured and technically laid out as well. Anything about the fundamentals behind those. And of course, consistency. Thank you, Coke. Now I have up to burp. That's good. So all those things go into my overall planning. But for this, we're going to just talk about technical analysis. So make sure you guys watch the course that I made. It's free. I hate shill people who charge an arm and a leg for education. I actually have an education degree. I actually got Teacher of the Year in 2016 for a reason. That course is right here. It's free. If you want 25 extra lessons, if you want morning newsletters about macro markets, if you want nightly newsletters on these plays in depth, if you want a whole bunch of great stuff, I'm making a video soon, so this is quicker. The Discord and the community are available. You'll not be charged until 12/1. Eventually, got to kind of set that up so folks don't just, keep coming and going. It's fine. I'm not that pressed about it. But it's free for the next week. Folks who took my offer on the trial that ends today, you can still join and see what we're all about. I highly suggest it. It's $1 a day for every trading session. It's less than a cup of coffee a week. Check it out. No big deal if you don't. You want to just keep right here with me? That's fine as well. No big deal. Lastly, the video from Friday and Thursday, those picks are still really good. Check that out here. Sunday's plays as well. But old video right there. Lastly, because I hate to do this during the video, I don't have time to discuss volume profile. That's also right here. It's a very powerful tool. Lastly is going to be the journal in the description box down below. Every single call that I make here is going to be in that journal. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. Even the Biden plays that I called are in that journal. It helps keep me honest. It helps protect you from me being an absolute shill and a liar and being like, this guy's really good. And then you check my plays and they're all red. Make sure you do that. If anyone you trust with your calls or you like to learn from, go back and check what they're talking about. I do have red days like everyone else, but you'll see in the journal the red days are smaller because of risk management. The green days are much bigger. So go check that out. With that being said, 8 great plays. I can't guarantee much, but I can guarantee there's probably one stock in here you never even heard of, and you may learn something new today. With that being said, let's get into it. First is BZ. B-Easy. And that makes sense because it's Kanshun Ltd. Because B and Z makes sense with that title. Weird. BZ, if you don't know my technical setups here, the support is the white line. The resistance is the orange line. This is going to be our trend line. Sometimes it's dotted, sometimes it's not. This is a nice trend up. Our resistance trend is going to be orange and dotted, like the resistance color here. Good boy. And then the volume profile, which I mentioned earlier, is these two white dotted lines. This is where 70% of action happens, and this is the highest volume node. It's the red one called the POC. It's gravitational, and also it's the strongest support and resistance on this time chart. What we're looking at with BZ here is a newer IPO. This is the 4-hour, 180-day chart. I trade exclusively off of that. Yes, I'll zoom in occasionally, but most of my setups come from this time frame. Duh. And you can see it's not going back nearly as far as like DV, right? That's because BZ is a newer IPO. Oh, you scared yourself? Me too. This is a great looking trend up or possibly an ascending triangle. Sure, you have a very similar angle here. I love that channel up. But you also have a very similar and consistent resistance at $39 and $40. So you can see the bulls are taking over. What we're seeing with this setup, in my opinion, is that bulls are saying it's worth 29. It's worth 29. Well, now it's worth 32. Now it's worth 32.50. now 33, now 34, now 34 again. We can see bulls are pushing the price higher, and what are bears doing? They're getting pushed out every single time, just a bit higher as well. Very bullish setup. I love what I see. Earnings overreaction. Are we going to catch a knife that's dropped almost 16% in 10 days? Absolutely not. We're going to wait for some form of life. Look at these reversals. Takes its time. Takes its time. Takes its time. Takes its time. Have some patience here because this does come down. 32 is a great support play, and even 29 is a great support play. No point rushing in. Okay, you have time. But as soon as we get down towards 33 bucks, I would make a move. Let's check the indicators. What's great about this channel is I actually don't scan with or use indicators to chart with. The reason is indicators show you four things. We call it MTVV, like the channel plus a V. Momentum, trend, volume, and volatility. These four things show you better ways of entering, better ways of exiting, and better ways of planning and goal setting. Those 8 things we talked about in the beginning of the episode. Indicators help with that. But it's important to note that technical analysis is going to be the primary focus, and the cake, these are just going to be the icing. So I save it towards the end. If you are new, a lot of folks like to use these as like a crutch almost. That's why I don't use them, and I watch them with you live so you can see what I see. With that being said, let's check it out. First things to look for on our chart is a 10 EMA, 50 EMA, and a 200 EMA crossover. What we can see is the 10s are pretty good. When you cross that blue line, when price crosses the blue line, you have your best runs. And you can see it's pretty consistent. That wasn't, but overall, very consistent over here. Good little move there. This is a great one. Big old move up. Looks really good. And of course, you can do golden crosses, 10 over 50, whatever it is. But of course, the 10 crosses work fine here. The 50s are fine. 200, again, is just fine. Waiting for a 50 cross here, not the worst idea. I wouldn't wait for it if I saw a green one tomorrow. But we start to do the slow reversal like this. Then we can wait for it. But right here, I would buy in a value and be fine. But again, I want to see some life. If waiting for that green coexists with the 10 coming down farther, then waiting for a 10 cross makes plenty of sense. RSI, it's fair, right? It's right around 34. You want under 30, but right here, it's really good still. Stochastic, no divergence, but negative 35 is a great value. Bulls are low, bears are high. If you are newer to the Vortex indicator, you can buy when it's low. See how the green bull volume is low? Great value. But see when the green crosses? Nice buy-in. See when the green crossed? Nice buy-in. When the green crossed? Nice buy-in. When the green crossed here? Good buy-in. So again, great value across the board. BZ, I don't know why the ticker is called BZ. There's not even a B in the name. It's fine though. Is a fantastic looking play to me. Great technical setup. Super cheap. Looks good to me. Great support play. Yeah, the trend seems to be breaking. I'm not rushing in. You may be playing this into next week. If you like my channel a lot, you'll be fine with that. For those who are not patient, this one's not for you. But BZ, I would definitely watch listed. Next is DZ. Close. Double verify holdings. That makes way more sense, right? What's great though is a support play. Let's zoom out real quick. We can see, oh, it's also a newer IPO. Who knew that these two would kind of coexist together? Wow, that the markets move together. Our earnings overreaction as well. Very strong support play. Anywhere below this volume profile line becomes a good value. The POC is gravitational. So just to hit that, it's a 12% move, risking about 3%. Just to get here, which is the average, is a 4-to-1. A full move to the top area is almost a 5-to-1, even closer to a 6-to-1 to break out here. Great support play. Sure, we're giving up convergence, which means we're giving up trend line. We're giving up a pattern, really. We're giving up a lot of stuff to have a simple support play. This is a very simple play, which is nice. I like nice things. But we are missing some forms of convergence, but that's what you give to get simplicity. So yeah, we don't have a trend line or nothing. I mean, you could come over here and be like, well, actually, it looks like it's holding pretty well. And I wouldn't disagree, but I think we'd all be really, trying to fit a square in a circle hole here. Been there, done that. Am I right? No. So this is a really good looking support play. Moron. Let's check the indicators together. 10 crosses once again. Pretty good. But the 10 crosses only really work over the 50. Am I wrong? When you're below the 50, look at the 10 crosses. Boop, hits it and dies, hits it and dies, hits it and dies. But over it, boop, great run. So again, waiting for a 50 cross makes a lot of sense for a longer term hold. Now would I want to give up almost half my profit? No, I wouldn't. But again, a 10 cross is fine for at least breaking even. Like most times you cross the 10, the worst case is breaking even. So waiting for that here makes sense. But again, I think buying into value makes more sense to me. RSI, it's low. Love that. Stochastic is low. Obvious bullish divergence. Look at that nice little trend. You can buy up the trend line too if you want to. But you can see lower lows, lower highs. No bearish. They're all lower highs. That's good. But these don't match. That's definitely bullish divergence. Bulls are low, right where you want them. Bears are weakening. So if we do get a green cross here on the vortex, you can buy in and be happy. If the vortex reverses here, you can buy happy. If you get the 10 cross, you should be happy. Either way, DV looks like a great value purchase to me. I would definitely watch list it. I love what I see. Next is EQX, EXQA, Equinox Gold. What a trend up. Let's zoom in this. This is text book, my boy. And again, it's already showing left up 3% almost. 2.5% already. Looking real good. Let's zoom out real quick. This thing has gone up nicely. And again, a very pivotal support spot. Look at it being a resistance over here. Look at it being a resistance over here. Look at it being a support now. Zoom back over here. Nice resistance becoming a support. We've had previous higher highs. I was playing EQX over here watching it. And now we're coming back up. Great looking play. Great trend line. Great support. POC pulls you higher. 12% away. Risking 3 or 4. I love what I see. Great trend up. Great channel up. Great reversal. You know, earnings overreacted. They came back down to earth. And now we're making a nice support play here. Again, for a play like this, measure how long it takes to reverse. 2 or 3 days. 5 or 6 days. 4 or 5 days. We got a few days here. No point rushing in. If this does break the resistance, sure, let's check the email lines for some momentum crossover buy-ins. But really, I want to give it a day or two at least. Let's check the indicators. Ooh la la. Oh wee wee. So the 10 crosses are gorgeous, honestly. They're fantastic. I mean, this is a 50 retest, and then you ride it all the way up. This 10 descend is gorgeous. It's bearish, but it's still gorgeous, right? This 10 crossover here, great. Great. Looks really good. Now, again, the 10 is only 4% away. I wouldn't wait for that myself, but that 200 cross is a really good-looking play here. Right? You wait for the 200 cross, that's probably a fine crossover play. And if you do cross the 200, if you do cross the 10, and then eventually the 50, you know you're correct. So I wouldn't wait for a crossover for the 10 or the 50. The 200, though, makes a lot of sense to me. RSI's at 30. You'll love to see it. Stochastic negative 60. Great value. No bearish. All lower highs. No bullish at all kinds of checks out. And again, bulls are low, bears are high. EQX, after this massive sell-off, is right where you want it. Great support area. I love that the POC can pull us higher. The trend line's holding beautifully right here. For a gold holdings play, that's an absolute snack. EQX, I definitely watch listed. Next is INVA, INVA, Innoviva. That makes sense. And again, BZ is still haunting me. Why is there a B in that ticker name? That's whatever. Another great channel up here. Again, this is not, you can move this over, but again, this is just forming beautifully up here. Let's check the 10-year together. Oh my goodness. It's almost like this is a very pivotal spot on this time chart. Who knew that the support that I drew would have, reprehensible, massive involvement with old price action. It's like I do this professionally. This is a fantastic looking spot. 16 is a much stronger support, honestly. So this channel up does break down. Again, you're risking 2 or 3%. It breaks down here. 16 is an absolute snack. But again, going up beautifully, pushing volume higher, making some nice moves up. It consolidates sideways, takes off. Consolidates sideways, takes off. Consolidates sideways, takes down, right? This thing likes to take its time on the move. Right here, you're seeing what you want to see. Sure, I think 1685 is the best purchase. Anywhere in here, you're risking almost nothing, in a full move here is about 15-16%. Great risk reward, great history. I love what I see. Let's check the indicators together. 200 bounces don't happen. It's pretty worthless. But this is what's really critical and a great lesson for people who are new. What is the trend of the 200? Dun, 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 dun. Jeopardy. It's going up. We can see the 200 trend is going up. What's this mean? When the trend is going up like this, I put more emphasis into a trend line over a support. Let me say it again slowly. When the 200 EMA line is pointed up, I put more emphasis into the trend line over the support play. This is critical because other plays like BZ and DV, we saw the trend line was going sideways. So I put emphasis into the support play. Now that the INVA is going up with the trend, more emphasis goes in this trend line. If we lose this trend line, I'm immediately going to get out. 10 crosses are gorgeous. I wait for that. That's beautiful. Every time crosses the 10, absolute snackerinos for everybody. You cross that 50, it's over. I'd wait for a 10 cross. Beautiful. Love what I see. 40, good value. Negative 25, okay value, not bad at all. Bulls are low, bears are high. I mean, the indicators are fine, but that 10 cross is an absolute snack. With that as well, the 200 EMA line going up, showing us support going up. The trend line's there. If you break below that, you just get out and buy later into a support play. INVA, absolute snack. Next is OCSL, Oak Tree Specialty Lendings. Oak Tree, yeah, that makes sense. I get it. It's this, that, oh, it's so stupid. OCSL, another fantastic channel up. We can see it kind of goes with the S&P quite a bit. I mean, I wouldn't put too much emphasis into that, but we can see a nice overall trend here, really going up over a long period of time. And now we have a nicer new one kind of tapering off. It was really nice and steep. Now it's kind of going more sideways here, which is fine. This trend up is gorgeous, my darling. This earnings was an overreaction. Look at earnings. Overreacted, came down. Earnings. Overreacted, came down. Nothing new here, and that's fine. Look at the dividend, too. It's going up every single month. That's an absolute snack. 15 cents on a $7 stock. Not bad. That's free money. You know, it's free real estate. Looks good here. Great support spot. Resistance isn't really here. You break above that, it's all over. Good to go. OCSL, love what I see. Once again, the 200 EMA line is a great supporting bounce. And again, it's going up. So we can put emphasis into that. Your best bet's going to be 1.15% lower at 725. You bounce there, absolute steal. Because if you lose that, you just get out. You've lost the trend. It's done for, son. The 10 crosses are pretty good here. Wait for a 10 cross or a 200 bounce. Both work fine. And again, I like the support here. But because the 200 is going what? Up. I'm putting emphasis into the trend line over the support. If the 200 was doing this, I put emphasis into this white support line because it's going up. I go into the trend line. It's right there. I love it. RSI, it's low. It reverses here plenty. They love to see it. Stochastic, negative 45. Good value. No real divergences. That's fine. And then bulls low, bears high. Another great trend up. Again, you have to do your extra due diligence. This is a simple watch this show. I don't know what the hell OCSL is holding, but make sure you guys do your research, what they're doing. If the fundamentals make sense even more, if it checks out even more, I'll definitely give it a second look and watch this for sure. Next is TG8, Textinier Group Holdings, another fantastic channel up. It's almost like the market moves together and then shows value together. Wow. Insane. So TGH has some really good prior highs, and again, the support spot that I drew has, look at that gap, it has historically strong holdings. I'm great at my job. Fantastic, good earnings calls. Look at higher lows, higher highs, same exact trend. This old resistance area is becoming a support, as we can see. The POC is another great support. If we lose this, you can still buy in, 4% lower at 33 and be happy. You lose all that, you're going in towards 31. But a really great trend up here, great support holding. Let's check the reversals again. For amateurs, it takes a little bit of time. Look how long this took to really show life. From like here over took 13 days. From here over took 6 days. From here over took about 6 days. There's no point rushing in on an earnings overreaction that's dropped 17% in like 17 days. Watch list it. Give it a day. Chill. Some of y'all like to make problems for yourself. Some of y'all like to just trade every single day. TGH. Give it 3-4 days as it shows some life. Now tomorrow shows life, different story. But for right now, take a break. Take a chill pill, Kill Bill. You're effing with the real deal. Let's check the indicators together. This Coca-Cola got me hyped. I almost said cocaine. This Coca-Cola got me hyped. Boy, all this energy. The 200 crossover is a great choice. I think if you cross beneath the 200, you're given value, but below it, you don't have much going on. 10 crosses are really good for at least breaking even again, so waiting for that's a fine choice. I mean, it's only 3%. That's fine too. So a 10 cross or 200 cross are fine. 50 is so far away, I don't worry about it. Sure, the 50 run up here is superb, I guess. Subpar, no, it's superb. So waiting for that makes no sense, 6% away. But if you do get over it, then you got long-term hold potential here. RSI 30, you love that. Negative 55 on the stochastic, love that. Bulls low, bears high, love it. When it comes to value entry, it makes complete sense. Enter off a value, but to me, you have to give it 2, maybe 3 days at least. There's no point rushing into a stock that's a falling knife. I mean, I went to culinary school during high school and some stuff. You don't catch falling knives in the kitchen. Let that bad boy hit the ground. Even if it's your favorite, let that falling knife hit the ground and find support. This takes time to reverse. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But again, don't get emotional. Give it a day or two. TGH, I'd still watch this though. Little baby snack. TNDM is great. Tandem Diabetes Care. Love it. And again, I don't love diabetes. If you have that, I apologize, but this is a great looking stock here. I hope they find a cure for that soon. This again has really good looking old support. Oh, it's an old resistance. Oh, look at that gap. Off that perfectly. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Old resistance as well. Love that. Fantastic. Great trend up. Once, twice, 3, 4, 5. I didn't mention this episode because I thought, you know, this is obvious, but any one of you idiots, any one of me idiots, can draw a trend line from point A to point B. You know, that's not impressive. But point A, B, C, D, and E, like this chart has, it's much more important. It's much more consistent. That's when we can start relying on trend lines. 2 hits? Yeah. 3, 4 hits? Yeah. So TNDM, oh, good stretchies. Oh, that's a good kitty. So when it comes to TNDM, 4 to 5 solid hits, the resistance trend follows suit, and against R showing life. Again, the reversals here are quicker. See how compared to TGH, it takes its time. It takes its time. TNDM, boom, off, boom, off. Lower here, quick, quick, quick. So you may have to buy in a momentum here. Let's check the EMA lines for how that may look, because buying off of value is simple with technical analysis. Buying off momentum is where folks get burned because they don't manage their risk that well. We can see a crossover is far away. That makes a problem for us, right? I don't want to wait, you know, like, you know, was that Dawson's Creek? I don't want to wait for enough. That was Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait for this crossover, but again, how consistent is the 10 cross? It's gorgeous. Look at this. Minus these 2 spots. Perfect run up the whole way. Over here, perfect run up almost the whole way. Over here, perfect run up. So again, I would not want to give up 3 or 4% for that. I'm buying off of value here. But if you do cross the 10 and then the 50, you know you go from a short-term swing to a longer-term swing. You know, in a perfect world, the 10 EMA line would be the great here. You're about to cross it and you're good to go. But as long as you're over the 200, we're good to go and you can manage risk. Again, I would wait for a 10 cross if it was lower, but right here, we're buying off of value. RSI shows value once again. Stochastic shows value once again. Bulls are low, bears are high. No real divergence at all, but again, it's a good value. I would love to see the 10 EMA cross come sooner than later. I wish it was lower, but that's life, right? And again, it's just indicators. TA is the cake. Indicators are just the icing. This is a great value purchase, and then you can game plan and goal set as time goes on. Goal 1, cross 10 EMA line. Check. Good. Hold this much longer. Cross the 50. Check. Cross, you know, whatever it is. You can start setting some more goals. But for now, I look to buy off of value in my own opinion. TNDM, I love what I see. I watch listed. Last and not least is VCYT. What's turning into a fantastic ascending triangle, as we can see clearly with this, where my cursor is horizontally. You can see we're going up, hitting it, coming down, hitting it, coming down, hitting it. Looks really good. I don't see any other clear resistance trend lines here. Maybe it was a broadening wedge in a way, but right down here is a great support play. It comes down, bounces plenty, great trend up, and again, once, twice, thrice hits here. So again, this is a nice consistent trend line, a nice doji at the end of the day. Earnings ran up and overreacted and came right back down. Again, do I want to risk 7%? No, but a full move is 30 or so. That's still 4-to-1 odds. If you can get towards $41, 40 and some change, down here, we're really living the dream with VCYT. Let's check the indicators together. Again, what is the 200 doing here? I can see clearly it's going more up, but again, I could even argue it's more sideways, right? It's more sideways, especially most recently. See how recently it's going sideways here? I'm putting emphasis into the support play in my own opinion, because again, over the last, 60 days, it's moved up how much? Let's go here. From here over, the EMA line has changed 4% in 64 days. That's consolidation. That's sideways. I'm putting that kind of consolidation weighted into the support play here. So again, I want to get as close to $40 and some change as much as possible. Again, if it does take off some more, we can then put more emphasis into the trend line. But right here, great convergence spot nonetheless. RSI, it's low. Stochastic, it's low. Bulls are low, bears are high. It checks every box. once again, if you want to rush in, I wouldn't. I'd watch list this, but again, it takes 3 or 4 days to reverse usually. 10 crosses are fine, but again, so far away. It's just a simple value purchase. VCYT, I'd watch list it. And there you guys have it. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys stood the whole entire episode and stuck with me and enjoyed yourselves. I'd love to hear that you guys did. Otherwise, have a good rest of you guys' week. I may do an episode tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to, probably because Thursday is Thanksgiving, then Friday I'll be out of town. So it's maybe less episode for the whole entire week. If it is, I apologize. My birthday is on Sunday, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Sunday episode because it's, you know, my one day to kind of relax, I think. I'm turning 30, so I'm sure when I come back to you guys and I turn 30, my knees are going to ache, my ears are going to have tinnitus, my eyes are going to stop working, my fingers will just be like, oh, ow, will just be the worst and cracking of all time. Otherwise, we'll see you guys probably on Monday for another episode. That being said, have a good one. I appreciate it. I used to saying see you guys tomorrow, but I probably won't be seeing you guys tomorrow. Otherwise, have a good one. Love you. Bye.